Welcome to the Guitars and Gear Podcast, a podcast where we explore the world of guitars, gear, and artists from a player's perspective, as well as a good bit of off-topic rambling. I read that so well throughout these...
So robotic.
How I'm running podcasts. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
You are here.
Dave in the studio again.
In the studio.
Janae.
Hello. Curled up.
Curled up, ready for sleep, as usual. So we are here with the 2010's guitar solos to include 2020. But yeah, we've been milling over that, so that'll be our first segment today. After that, we're going to do some news and and then whatever else.
Whatever else pops up, which I'm sure there'll be a million things.
A million things popping up, yeah.
All of our ramblings.
But before we get to all that stuff, Dave, how was your week? I don't even want to ask.
Yeah, it was kind of a tough week. Yeah, it was kind of a tough week. Our mom is a little ill right now, and so she's in the hospital, so I'm visiting her in there.
Every
so it's been kind of
day.
a long week.
Dave is the designated visitor, so he's been spending quality time in the hospital, eating some awesome hospital food, apparently.
Right. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, really good stuff. For hospital food.
Yeah.
You know.
So, mom's expecting to be just fine. She's just got to spend a few days, get herself up, back to normal, and then she'll be good.
Yeah.
So sorry. That was a crappy week for all of us, really, but
mostly Dave. Learning a lot of medical lingo, eh?
I lived in the hospital for 4.5 months in the past. So
so
I know every medical lingo I think there is.
More than you care to know.
More than I ever wanted to know.
Janae, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
We cleaned house yesterday, so
We did, we did a lot of little cleaning here and there and everywhere. So trying to disinfect the house from dog stuff.
Fur everywhere.
Yeah. Anyway, my week was busy. I think everybody's was just out of sorts. And
but the sun was out yesterday, and it was so nice. First day of spring.
Beautiful. Yes, it was the first day of spring. Happy spring.
Yes.
If that's a thing.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, mid-50s.
Yeah,
kind of nice up here.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to get up in the 60s and 70s this week.
Yeah. So that'll be nice. Looking forward to that.
Nice. Cold start to the day, though.
Yeah.
My goodness.
It is a cold start to the day.
The windshield doesn't know what to do with frost on it, huh?
Yeah.
Good thing it was a short drive.
Yeah, it's a little chilly. Yeah. But so let's get into... Are we ready for the 2010s?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
After a lot of deliberation, here we go.
And now... God, that sounds good, doesn't it? Like it
does. It really does.
Rated R. So our best guitar solos for the 2010s.
Yay! Woo. And this is the last one that we're going to pick before we pick
the big one.
Before
we pick the one.
The one. The big kahuna.
The best one of the 50 years.
All right. So as we usually do, let me go through what we picked so far. So for the 1970s, we picked Eruption by Van Halen. For the 1980s, we picked Mr. Crowley by Randy Rhoads, who doesn't know who he is. Well, I don't know.
Well, we discussed that yesterday.
Yeah. So Two Guitar Gods are our first two picks, of course. 1990s, we picked Return to Serenity by Mr. Alex Skolnick.
Yeah.
In the 2000s, we picked, very surprised to me, Bullet for My Valentine by Mr. Michael Paget.
Okay.
Not sure how to say it. Still not sure how to say his name.
That's okay.
But it was
rocked.
It was awesome, yeah. And so that brings us to the 2010s, which includes 2020 because we just had to.
That's not doing another week for one.
For one,
1 year.
1 year.
3 solos.
With 3 solos that weren't particularly awesome.
Not particularly memorable, I would say. So.
No. So, but let me go through what we did pick for each year so you guys kind of know what we were up against, and it was kind of tough. So here we go. For 2010, we picked Look at You Now by Yngwie Malmsteen, I Hold On by Slash, and Nightmare by Avenged Sevenfold. In 2011, we picked Darkness Within by Machine Head, Sudden Death by Megadeth. Sudden Death by Machine Death and Megahead. No. Sudden Death by Megadeth. Just so
it's
hard
to
say.
Sudden Death by Megadeth.
It doesn't sound like it should be. Still Ain't Enough for Me by Mr. Big. In 2012, we picked Chinatown by Van Halen, Stand Up by All That Remains, and Throne of Thorns by Testament. In 2013, we picked Hail to the King by Avenged Sevenfold, Renewed by Stryper, and Shepherd of Fire by Avenged Sevenfold. In 2014, we picked Angel of Mercy by Black Label Society, Gotta Love the Ride by Mr. Big, and Out of This World by Winger. In 2015...
Was that a little whoop?
Was that a little whoop? Yeah.
Little winger.
Little Winger.
Red Beach, baby.
Red. See how easily we get thrown
Yes.
I know.
off. So easy.
We'll talk about Red Beach for like an hour.
I know.
Oh, yeah, we got a podcast.
Yeah. But
Okay.
Winger's just awesome because
They
it's
are.
Winger.
It's
Why
Winger.
not?
Yeah.
Winger.
Kip Winger's just awesome. All right, anyway, 2015, Rise Above the Tides by Trivium, Throwback by Act of Defiance, and Without You by Symphony X. In 2016, we picked The Haunting by Avantasia, Poisonous Shadows by Megadeth. I spelled death wrong there.
You
and
did.
Only You by Michael Sweet.
See, I wasn't going to call you out on that.
Yeah. I was typing fast.
That
Yeah.
might be right, though.
No. It's ETH.
Yeah, ETH. That's what he
So
is.
you
Oh,
spelled
that
it
is
wrong
right?
on that first one.
Oh, I spelled it wrong on the
for
first
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it is right.
Yeah, ETH is right.
DETH instead
Yes.
of DEATH.
Yeah, it's not
Right.
real death.
Oh, it's not real
It's
death.
like
No.
fake death.
It's fake death.
So I thought, so I had it wrong the right way.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that made sense. All right, moving right along.
Yes.
2017, we picked Dedicated to You by Jeff Scott Soto.
Woo!
Go Jeffy.
Go, Jeff.
Beauty in the Sorrow by Trivium, and Overexposure by Act of Defiance. In 2018, we picked The One You Loved Is Gone by Slash, featuring Miles Kennedy and the Conspirators, Eye of the Storm by Godsmack, and Children of the Sun by Judas Priest. Way to go, Dave.
Yes.
Bringing
Yeah.
Chief,
Richie Faulkner.
bringing Priest back into the fold for the first
Priest.
time. We never picked Priest.
chose Judas Priest for anything.
I know, we would have thought we would have picked them back in the 80s.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
would have thought.
But there was too much competition.
Oh, there was-
back
yeah.
then.
There was too much.
They
of that
didn't
shit,
compare.
better stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2019, Never Forgive, Never Forget by Hammerfall.
Still
Janae
hanging in
Hammerfall.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird, huh?
S2N by Dream Theater, and Sands of Time by Whitesnake. And finally, in 2020, we picked Make Love Great Again by Stryper.
Yes. Even the devil believes.
From that great album, Even the Devil Believes. The devil would have to believe to
By now,
be
yeah.
fearful of God, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
Something like
That's
that.
pretty deep.
It is deep.
Especially this early in the morning.
I know.
Wow.
Come on, man.
And that was just last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That was
Just a few months ago.
like
No.
a year ago.
Still on top of things there, yeah. Janae picked, or I don't have to say Janae picked. We picked as a, well, Janae kind of did, but I'm not going through everybody, so I don't know why I said that.
Okay.
Ordinary Man by Van Halen and Welcome to the Empire by Firewind. Mr. Gus G, way to
Back
go,
up.
Dave.
Oh, yeah. Ordinary Man by
Ordinary Man
Ozzy.
by Ozzy
Who did I say?
Van Halen.
Oh, did I really?
You did.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know,
Foul.
it's early. It's
How
early.
did I do
Foul.
that?
I don't know.
Yeah, Ozzy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ozzy.
Wow.
Firewind.
And that was
'Cause-
Slash playing guitar on that. For
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Oh, yeah, it was. That
Yeah.
was Slash
Yeah.
on Ordinary Man.
Yeah,
He had a lot of guests
he did.
on that album.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great album.
Yeah.
It
It
is.
is.
Really
yeah.
good. Yeah. All right. So that
Okay.
wraps up what
That's
we
it.
had to look for, what we had to go through to come up with something.
And what did we come up with?
Well, why don't we start with ladies first? Janae, why don't you? I have your
Ladies.
list.
Yeah, you have my list.
Chicks first.
Um,
Broads. I can't say that. Janae. So, do you want your sheet back? So you
No.
know who you're.
No.
Okay.
You got Hail to the King.
Hail to the King by Avenged Sevenfold.
Okay. Throne of Thorns
By
by
Testament.
Testament. And then Without You
by Symphony X.
Symphony X. See,
Okay.
I did good without
So
looking
that
at
was
it.
your 3.
Those were my 3.
Your
Because,
3,
I
okay.
love Testament, love Alex Skolnick.
Yeah. And Sinister Gates
Yeah,
was
and Sinister Gates.
Avenged Sevenfold. That
He's
guy's
just really skilled. They're short. I wish
Well,
the solos were a little
they,
bit longer.
No, actually, no.
On Nightmare, it was really short because I liked Nightmare too, but it just it didn't sustain.
I think Throne
Enough.
of Thorns was it was lengthy, I
Was
think.
it?
Yeah, I thought it was. But it wasn't
Yeah.
I don't think it
technical.
was Alex Skolnick's best work, but
No,
you know,
definitely not.
but it was good.
He's so talented, though.
He
Alex
is.
Skolnick.
He
My
is. He
God,
can play anything.
I didn't realize he was that good
Yeah.
all these years. You know,
I know.
I never really got into Testament back in the day.
Yeah,
Right.
But boy, I'll tell you, I'm a fan now. You know?
Yeah, he's really good.
He's really good. Yeah.
And Hail to the King, Sinister Gates. Yeah, we picked, or you guys, I don't think I ever picked Avenged Sevenfold for anything, but we did pick them a few times, 3 times to be exact, in the 2010s.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they were really big, though.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they were pretty popular.
Yeah. And Symphony X, Michael Romeo.
Romeo.
Yeah, we
love
picked,
that.
we picked him a bunch of times
We did.
throughout the time. You know,
Yeah.
they've been around for, I didn't even realize, like 25 years, or almost 30 years now.
Oh.
That's another
Or
band I
over 30 years.
never got into.
Yeah.
You know?
So they've been at it for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And
I think we just got stuck in what we like and didn't.
I know.
Yeah.
Didn't branch out from there.
Yeah.
you know?
right.
Or didn't know anybody that liked any of this stuff that
Yeah.
we hear.
Right.
You know? It's like, oh, wow, I'm missing out on that.
We were never in that
Because-
Symphony X circle.
No, we weren't. No. Yeah, we were out of the circle of trust.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, it was a lot to go through. All right. So, Dave, what would have been your top 2 or 3 or whatever?
Well, I liked Chinatown by
Uh-huh.
Van Halen. I love that whole album, A Different Kind of Truth. It's
Yeah.
Because a lot of those songs, well, actually, I think all the songs, were stuff they pulled up off the rack from the 70s. They used to play in the nightclubs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mid-70s, 75, 76. So those songs are old, you know?
Yeah.
And some of them they renamed and reworked a little, but they're the
Right.
same songs. You know, they play like at the Whiskey and stuff. So that's really cool. I love that album. Really classic Van Halen.
Yeah.
So I like that one. Hail to the King, of course, Avenged Sevenfold.
Cool.
Just a great song. Like you said, a little short, but it's got a lot in there. And very melodic. I love that one. And, of course, Without You, Symphony X.
Oh.
Michael Romeo.
Yeah.
Just an amazing job. I mean, I
know.
I was never a Symphony X fan. Didn't really know much about him. Never heard of Michael Romeo before we started doing this, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But, wow.
Guys come
Pretty
out of nowhere
impressive.
and impressed the hell out of
Oh,
everybody.
yeah. Yeah, very impressive. Those are my 3.
All right.
All right, so, John, what about you?
Yeah, thanks.
What about you, John?
I have no idea.
Shall I
No.
point at you? What about
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
There hasn't been any point.
Feel
It is
kinda
annoying.
bad, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Like, what are you doing?
Well, because you stop and think about what you could have done. What did I do? All right. Well, I actually had. It's kind of weird, I guess, because. Well, no, it's not. Chinatown. I had to consider that one because it's Eddie Van Halen, and it's very, like Dave said, it's classic Van Halen sound to it. You know, Without You by Symphony X. The song in general, I really like the song.
Yeah.
How the song is structured and everything about the song. And I think the guitar solo that Michael Romeo did in there was just perfectly fit that song. It was just
It flowed with
really, really, it's very technical, but it flows so well. It's like effortless or something, you know?
And just his tone.
Yeah.
too, the guitar
so
tone.
good.
Yeah, it's just really
And
great.
we gotta consider that too.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like
Yeah,
how
the
well
tone
does
and
it?
everything.
How well does it sound? You know?
Yeah, how does it flow with the song?
Right.
You know, that's
And
a factor.
yeah, and I would say I don't know if I really had a third that actually really stood out to me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going through the list here, and I don't think there's any. I listened to a lot. I don't know if I listened to all of them again. I think I skipped Yngwie, and maybe some other ones. Still Ain't Enough for Me, I think was really good by Mr. Big. but I don't think that was Paul Gilbert's best work either, so I didn't want to consider it. You know?
I agree.
I Hold On by Slash. I liked that, but I just don't think that was Slash's best work either.
No,
there's just something else
technically
out
it
there.
didn't hold up next to the other stuff.
Yeah,
thought,
and so there was a lot on here that I was like, yeah, that was good, but was it really the best of what those guys could do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, my final pick was Without You by Symphony X, because I just think Michael Romeo nailed it.
Yeah.
And so that was my overall. So what about you, Dave? What would you say your overall would be?
I struggled a lot between Chinatown and
I did the same.
Yeah, and Without You.
All right.
You know,
nice.
and so I decided, after consulting with myself and my friends in my head and my attorney, that I went with Without You also, Symphony X. You know, it's just, I don't know, there's just something about it. I didn't really even consider that.
Yeah, I know.
Last night,
yeah.
I was listening to everything again. I was like, you know what, I had it down to a couple.
And you didn't even listen to that one?
I didn't, honestly. Yeah. I just passed over that, you know.
A few I did that to a few, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know,
I heard it this morning.
The band.
Right.
It's
you know, it's just like,
because I jumped through a whole bunch of those, too. I was like,
Yeah, Trivium. You know,
yeah,
like
I tried. I tried listening to that again. I'm like, why did I pick that?
Yeah.
I guess it was...
I did that a lot, too, though. I was like, why the hell did I pick that one? Probably because it was the one I found that kind of was good enough.
Yeah,
right, I know,
exactly.
I know.
I was like,
yeah, it was a tough decade, I thought, you know, with trying to choose stuff, you know, initially. But there was a few that were just, Hail to the King, Chinatown. I had it down to those two. I was still deciding, but I was going to go with Chinatown until I heard Without You this morning.
Yeah.
I was like, God, that's just, not only does it fit the flow of the song, but it's so melodic and so technical at the same time. And then the guitar tone. Because John and I are huge on tone, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
and
it's just, I don't know, it had everything. Everything.
And not to belittle Chinatown, because I think Eddie Van Halen did. I mean, that was like really great classic stuff. It was like back to form for Eddie, you know? Yeah. And I agree totally with Dave that was just a great guitar solo.
Great
but
stuff.
I went back to think of, in the 1970s, we picked Eddie Van Halen.
Right.
As the best guitar solo with Eruption. But I figure everybody that we pick throughout those decades is kind of like the icon of the entire time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we picked Eddie. So anybody that's listening to the podcast, you know, we picked Eddie Van Halen in the 1970s as the best guitar solo.
Yeah.
Go back and listen to everything that Eddie did. If you haven't already, you know, go back and listen to it. Like Randy Rhoads in the 1980s. You might not have heard Randy Rhoads in the 1980s. Maybe you were born after that. Maybe it just wasn't in your wheelhouse or something. Go back and listen to everything that Randy did, you know, with Ozzy and with Quiet Riot and whatever. In the 1990s, like Alex Skolnick. Nobody maybe has heard, like, he might not have a bigger following than some of those other guys.
At that point,
So go listen to him. You know, so I think it's good for us to... as much as Eddie Van Halen did great work on Chinatown, picking Without You, maybe if Janae agrees, with, you know, Michael Romeo, that gets his name there.
His
it does.
talent.
And it kind of acknowledges that.
Yeah.
The talent, the talent and
sort of like
everything.
Guitars and Gear Hall of Fame.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of one of those.
So go out and listen to some Symphony X and
open your mind.
And
that's
really,
what this has done for me. It's exposed so much music that I didn't even know was out there.
Right.
You know, and so many different guitar
so
players
really,
that I've never
regardless,
heard of. You know, and I was like, God, I'm missing out on a lot. You know, it's like, I thought that decade was terrible when I was going through it. Now I'm thinking to myself, God, I missed out on a lot.
There was some good stuff out there.
Yeah,
and we only scraped the tip of the iceberg here.
Yeah,
there's a lot of great stuff.
There's so much stuff
we didn't even consider.
Yeah, so much stuff.
So regardless of who we pick for the overall number one, really it's the journey that got us there, and that you guys listening should take that journey too and go do this.
And appreciate different music than what you're typically stuck in.
That's right.
And you may hate everything that we came up with.
Exactly.
And that's fine too. Go do your own.
exactly. And let us know what you guys come up with, because I'm sure we missed a bunch of stuff
probably
in this decade.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think too.
At guitarsandgear19@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Nice plug.
Thanks.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Oh, and Janae. So
Yeah.
what is your final pick?
Well, my final pick has got to be the Symphony X without you.
Why?
Same reasons.
Okay, good.
I don't know all the technical jargon that you guys do, but it was definitely an excellent
I think
solo.
I may change my vote to Winger.
Yeah.
Are you feeling bad?
Why not?
Yeah. Me too.
Who cares?
Yeah, why
Let's
not?
do that.
Throw darts on a board.
Sorry, Michael Romeo. You're out.
You're out, Mike. Nice try.
All right, so I'm officially putting it on the sticky note. So
it's
we are official.
ends.
We're locked in. So now next week, I guess we have to rack our brains and come up with the best guitar solo over the past 50 years.
Yeah. Well, we got to pick from these.
From these that
With
we
these,
picked.
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. So
It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah. So we're going between. So
Yeah. So what do we have? Let's just run down what we have
let's
to
do
choose
this
from.
one more time here. So 1970s. All right. So we have. I'm not even going to say the years.
Okay.
So we're just going to go Eruption
Yes.
by Van Halen. Mr. Crowley by Randy Rhoads.
Yes.
Return to Serenity by Alex Skolnick.
Yes.
I'm just saying by the
I know.
guitar player,
Yeah,
not
by the guitar
band,
player,
right?
yeah.
Bullet from My Valentine by Michael Paget.
Nice.
And Without You, Michael Romeo.
Nice.
Oh, two Michaels.
Two Michaels.
Ooh.
Let's not confuse them.
That's
so
not.
that's who we have.
Okay.
5 excellent guitar players.
Dun, dun, dun.
5 excellent guitar solos.
That's tough.
It's going to be tough. So we've got a whole week.
That we won't
Onto
pay
this. I'll send
attention
this
because we're
list
busy
out
with everything else.
to
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll decide this like next Sunday morning at 5 o'clock.
and if we all
Probably.
can't make a decision
Yeah, what do we do
before
then?
next week, and like here's the challenge, I guess: get it down to 2.
Okay.
Each one of us can get
At
it down
least.
to 2,
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
and
That's pretty
and then I think what we'll do is whoever, if 2 of us pick
Whoever
the
we
same
pick the
one,
most of.
yeah, whoever we pick the
We'll go
most
with
of,
that.
we go with.
Okay.
If we
Okay.
don't do that, then we have a lot of debate to talk about next week.
Exactly. That'll be most of the show.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so that's how
Okay.
we'll do it.
sounds
Is that
good.
fair to
All right,
everybody?
Yeah, let's do it that
Sounds
way.
good to me.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, good. All right, so everybody
Okay.
pick 2. Next week we'll compare notes, and
Okay.
if whoever gets the most votes wins.
That's right.
Okay.
All
So
right.
right now we're beyond changing our minds now. So
Yes,
we cannot
Yeah.
go with Winger now.
Nope.
No.
Okay, I just want to be
Finally
sure.
Out.
No.
If I wake up at 3 a.m, I should have went with Winger.
Yeah.
Okay, just so we know. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, this is nuts, man. All right. So there you go.
50
So,
years in the
Awesome.
All right,
We did it,
so-
guys.
Yay!
We're finally there.
Out of all the hundreds of sticky notes and
I know, jeez.
I know.
creating a database and entering crap in there and all
And
that.
you know what's funny? When you first started this, because you know who makes the sticky notes is a company called 3M.
Yeah.
When we first started this, the very first week, I bought stock in 3M. I'm now a multimillionaire.
Yeah,
So-
because we've used them all.
Oh, it's Staples! No wonder I didn't make any money. It's Staples sticky notes.
But I think I might have ripped this off from work though. So
And there's stolen sticky notes on
what
top
was
of
the
it.
original?
Where's my attorney again?
Post-its.
The original one was
Oh, they were
Post-it.
Post-its.
They were Post-its.
Nice.
Post-its 3M?
Probably.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
You could-
They're probably
you could
both
Google it.
3M. They
Yeah,
probably
they're
just licensed
probably
them out.
probably all the same. Okay.
All right, let's get out of that.
And that.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow, that
I got to back up a little.
Yeah.
And that was our best guitar solo of the 2010s and 2020.
not to forget.
Not to forget. Yeah, the redheaded stepchild,
Crappy
2020.
year. Yeah, it was a crappy year anyway. So who cares?
Yeah, that was our Fire Wind Striper year.
Yeah, it was. Make love great again.
It was a contender.
Hey, I still love Stryper, Michael Sweet, all those guys.
They're amazing. I can't believe they're still around.
But they're good.
They are good.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
All right. So moving on.
Should we go to the news?
Let's go to the news.
You got some news?
I got news.
Janae, you got any news?
No.
Slacker.
All right. Well, let's talk about news anyway, even though Janae's taking a nap.
Can I?
Okay. And now it's time for the news.
Yay, news time.
News time.
All right. So,
the moment you've all been waiting for.
Yeah, the moment. Hopefully it's not really boring because there's not a whole lot of news, but there's some good stuff out there.
Yeah, different stuff.
Actually, let me lead off with this one because this one's kind of weird. It's not weird, but Steve Vai, his latest endorsement is a chair for guitarists. Ooh. And he quotes, "It's like my butt was molded into wooden butter."
Wow.
Oh, God.
That's a selling line.
It's called the Sonos Chair. It's a guitar chair. Comes in mahogany, walnut, and maple. So yeah, this is kind of crazy. So you'd think that Steve Vai, if anything you talk about mahogany, walnut, maple, you're thinking guitar that Steve Vai's, but he's an Ibanez guy. He's got his line of guitars with them, so he's probably not talking about that. It's a chair. Yeah, the Sonos Chair was designed by Brian Bogg Chair Makers in North Carolina. So there you go.
Shout out to those guys.
Yeah, shout out. Specifically for guitarists, it's designed as a direct complement to the human body in a playing position. Brian Bogg Chairmakers claims the chair promotes an ergonomic upright posture, which both reinforces the lumbar curve of your lower back, as well as promotes circulation by placing legs at a comfortable angle. Vai gave his endorsement to the chair during an episode of Alien Guitar Secrets YouTube series, which aired on 13 March. It's kind of like my butt was molded into wooden butter, Vai mused. It's just very comfortable, and it keeps my back straight, and it's just remarkable, actually. And so this is now my go-to chair for sitting and playing. Highly recommend checking out the Sonos Chair. So that's a direct quote from Steve Vai.
Right. I like the wood butter.
The wooden
sink your
butter.
The wooden butter.
Yeah, it's kind of makes me want to sit and butter.
It does. My butt.
Screw the chair. I'll just take a big 5-pound block of butter.
There you go.
Sit on that. So Melanie Boggs, president of Brian Boggs Chairmakers, said in a statement, "Bringing Brian's mastery of the chair to the support of Mr. Vai's guitar mastery has been a dream come true." I guess if you're a guitar chair maker, that would be a dream.
Yeah.
That would be. Yeah, that would.
I get to make something that will shape against Steve Vai's butt.
Yeah.
That's right.
So the Sonos Chair has been... Yeah. The Sonos Chair was introduced in 2010, so it's not a new thing. It's earned fans like Phil Collin and Colin Hay. It's available in ambrosia maple, burled maple, cherry, curly maple, whatever that one is, mahogany, oak, plain maple, and walnut with an additional selection of leg materials. Pretty crazy stuff. The chair doesn't come cheap. Prices range from $2,000 to $3,200 depending on the woods you select. But they are hand-built to custom heights, with each chair taking about 3 to 5 months to complete.
Wow.
Do you want to see a picture of the chair again?
Yeah, let's see that.
Yeah.
See that buttery chair. Look at that. I don't know. It doesn't look
all that complicated. It doesn't look comfortable either, does it?
It's awfully hard.
But it's a buttery.
But it's buttery.
It's buttery something. Well, Steve Vai has a way with words.
He does.
Anyway.
Yeah.
He's a marketer.
He has a way with music and a way with words. So, yeah.
But anyway, it's out there.
It is out there, so you can go to...
And what does he suggest for woods? I mean, I get several to choose from there.
I don't think he says anything about the woods. I'm not sure which one he has, but...
choose whatever you feel your butt's going to feel like butter in.
I guess, yeah. But you can check out the Alien Guitar Secrets YouTube channel and listen to Steve Vai talk about it. It was the one that aired on 13 March, as we said, so you can go check that one out. And you can go ahead and Google Brian Bogg Chair Makers and go ahead and check one out for yourself.
Cool.
Yeah, because we need another chair in here.
Not really a $3,000 chair.
No,
though.
definitely not.
I'm good with my...
Yeah. gaming chair.
Here.
Yeah, it looks comfortable.
It's fine.
It looks way more buttery.
Really.
So it feels. It does. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what sitting in butter feels like. So
I don't
A
either.
little greasy, I would think.
I mean, how does Steve know?
I'm adding that though to the bucket list.
I think Steve already did.
I think he did.
He must have sat
wooden
fun.
It is
butter.
some different stuff, you know. I don't know.
So I guess, Steve, if you listen to the podcast at all,
And we know you do.
and we know you probably do, so email us at guitarsandgear19@gmail.com. You can come onto the channel and talk about your time sitting in butter and how you can compare that to the chair.
Yeah, we want to know how you got the butter thing.
I think that's a part of your history that maybe people don't know.
And maybe they don't want to. I don't know.
And maybe you don't really even want to elaborate.
I know. Maybe it goes deeper than that.
That's fine, too.
Know.
Yeah. All right, enough about this.
Okay,
All right.
okay. So I got some Kiss news.
Oh, wow. Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Kiss, Janae. Oh, no, never mind.
You pointing at
Don't
me?
talk about it. No. All right, go ahead.
Okay. So it's Paul Stanley in particular. He just put out a Motown album. Motown covers.
Ooh.
He has a band that's been around since 2015. I didn't know this, called Soul Station. And so he just released a new album called Now and Then. And it's got a bunch of remakes of Motown hits. Stuff from Al Green, The Temptations, all kinds of stuff like that. He's really into that, apparently. So he was asked, he said, well, since you have this new album out, what about some new Kiss material? Are you guys working on anything new? He said no.
Oh.
He said he doesn't think there'll ever be anher Kiss album. He said they've done everything they wanted to do.
Yeah.
And
that makes sense. I
think.
think.
It does.
It's time to put it to bed, maybe.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. So I guess we can't look forward to anything new from Kiss. Maybe some live stuff, but
yeah,
as far as a new album, it doesn't sound like it. So that was interesting.
Uh-huh.
That was the dog. She's old. She grunts a lot now.
Yeah. Oh, so it's called Now and Then?
Yeah, Now and Then.
With band Soul Station.
Soul Station.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's into that now.
I had no clue.
That's cool.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, way to expand the horizons there.
Yeah, there you go.
Jeez, cool. All right. So, Audified has come out with Amp Lion 2 Rock Essentials. So, Amp Lion, the original one, was released way back in 2011. So, it's been 10 years. And so they're finally releasing Amp Lion 2, which is a all-in-one virtual guitar rig solution. It's a plug-in that you use with your DAW. And I did try it out. And, it's pretty cool.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it doesn't quite dig as deep as some of the other stuff does. So you get... So it's a gear collection based exclusively on absolute rock staples. So it's not like 1,000 amps and all that stuff.
All the boutique amps is all the
Right.
basic stuff.
Right.
JCM 800s, all that stuff.
Exactly. So in version 2 here you get 3 legendary amps, 4 cabinets, 15 effects pedals, and 10 microphones included as virtual models in the package. You can freely combine any of those to build your virtual rig. This is achieved with content modeling, so impulse responses are used here for the sound generation of the various speaker emulations. The tool can be used live and with almost zero latency. So for guitarists, it's a big plus, obviously. Let's see, you don't have to pay any more money to have any in-app purchases or anything like that. Everything's included in the package that you buy originally. And so
That's
you go.
cool. That's refreshing. Yeah.
It is. It's really nice.
Yeah.
And so the Rock Essentials is currently available until April 1st on the manufacturer's website at an introductory price of $79 US. It's normally $149.
Nice.
In addition, the company is giving away the InTone Pro tool that's valued at $99 to all buyers of the new plugin. Runs in VST3, AU, and AAX plugin formats on Mac OS and Windows on Mac only in 64-bit, on Windows as VST and 32 and 64-bit. And you need a free iLock account in order to authorize your purchase and all that stuff. So
pretty cool.
So you can download a free demo from the manufacturer's website, which I did, and I played around with it, and yeah, it sounds great. It sounds really good, and you definitely do get some some awesome tones out of it and all that good stuff. So
yeah, it looks good too. I like that it comes complete. That's kind of neat, because a lot of these things you get like 1 or 2 amps and you got to buy everything else, and by the time you're done, you could probably afford the actual amps.
Yeah,
so it's
exactly.
Yes, this is kind of cool. I like.
Yeah,
that.
so it's pretty nice, and it is what it is for the price. I think it's a good deal.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
good for beginners, people starting off.
Yep.
In this kind of thing, you want to get your feet into the virtual world a little bit. And that's
right.
Good way to go.
Great way to start. So, yeah, from now until April 1st. So, right now, this podcast is being done on the 21st of March. So, got about 10 days.
Yeah.
Get her done.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Cool.
All right. Well, I got little Guns N' Roses news.
Nice.
In a roundabout way. Izzy Stradlin, who was the original rhythm guitar player for Guns N' Roses back in the early days, the Appetite for Destruction days, and I think he did a couple of albums with them before he left. And so Izzy, his original guitar that he used to record that album, and some of the touring and things, it's a Gibson ES 175D, finished in Arctic White, used during the Appetite for Destruction recording sessions, is being auctioned off.
Uh-oh.
So if you guys want this, the starting bid is going to be $50,000.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So it's going to be Backstage Auctions putting this on. So if you want that guitar,
I don't know if I'd
pony up a bit.
I don't know if I'd want that guitar.
Yeah, I don't know. Izzy Stradlin?
If it was
I can see maybe
guitar?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or Eddie Van Halen's guitar, or Randy Rhoads' guitar.
Yeah.
Maybe. Is he? We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see if it goes.
We'll see if it goes at the opening
auction. Yeah.
At the opening price of $50,000. We'll have to see. But I thought that was pretty interesting. We'll see how that goes. And if we remember, we'll keep you updated on what's going on with that.
Somehow I think we probably won't.
I think we'll skip that. But but if I remember, I'll look into it.
I'm not sure there'll even be news on that anywhere.
No, I don't think so. So anyway.
But there you go. If you are...
If you're in the market for an Izzy Stradlin guitar.
Yeah. Played on that album. I mean,
played on the album.
It's just nostalgia, maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, that
piece
guitar
of history
was on that. Yeah, it was a piece of history. So.
Piece of history.
Yeah. So maybe it's worth $50,000 to you.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Or $50. I don't know. Want to do it?
Because I got $50,000 to sit in some butter.
Yeah. I got mine wrapped up in Steve Vai chairs.
I know. I do too. I can't get it out of my head.
Outfit my whole house. I'm gonna do like a kitchen table with just like all Steve Vai chairs.
There you go.
I know.
For $50,000.
$50,000. You can buy a lot of
chairs.
That's a lot of chairs.
It's a lot of chairs.
And
you don't have to get the most expensive woods either. You can get the cheaper $2,000 chair.
Yeah, you can get the balsa wood for I think it's $1,850.
Just sit lightly.
Sit very lightly.
Don't eat a thing.
Don't move around a whole lot. Yeah.
If you're over 100 pounds, maybe you better consider the oak.
Yeah, you don't want to wiggle that butt in the butter.
You may end up on the floor.
You most likely will, but it might be money well spent.
Wiggle your butt in the butter. Steve, you got to call us, please.
Oh gosh, that would be so.
My goodness, or email us or something. Just give us the backstory on this. We're dying.
I love it. I think that was just off the cuff, Steve Vai, but who knows?
Yeah.
All right, so moving right along. $50,000 for a guitar that nobody really heard of.
I had no idea you used that guitar on anything.
I don't either. Yeah, who knew? All right, so Headrush, who's had their pedal board and gig board for quite a while. I mean, they've been out in the wild for a long time. I don't even know how many years those have been out. But they just came out with their 2.3 firmware update for the gig board and the pedal board. So they have new amps, effects, and an enhanced looper on tap here. So this is very cool stuff. I like to see that these companies are not just bringing out something new to you to spend your $1,500 on, or I think these are $1,000 for the big one, and then somewhere around $800 or $7 something for the gig board.
Yeah.
But they're continuing to update the firmware and give you some new stuff for nothing. You don't have to buy this. So this is cool. So we all love new toys and free updates to bring virtual rigs and effects to the,
mainstream.
Up to date. Yeah. So the latest 2.3 firmware update from Headrush has a host of goodies to the popular gigboard and pedalboard processors, adding 2 new amps and some brand new effects to play with, plus an enhanced looper and system improvements all around. So you get an Orange 8030 HTC emulations. You have 2 Orange 8030 HTC amp models, which gives you 2 channels of these British voiced combos, plus an acoustic simulator based on the Boss acoustic simulator as a new effect called Acoust Sim. I guess.
Clever. I like it.
Very clever, yeah. Overall, there's some very tasty drives and distortions added as well, inspired by the full-tone OCD, Boss DS1, the Klon Centaur, and the MXR distortion. There's even some modulation effects thrown in for good measure. So the Frippertronics Looper. The Looper's feedback control now allows for advanced Frippertronics style looping. I'm not even sure what that means.
What the fripp are you talking about?
Fripper.
Where new layers gradually replace old layers while recording or overdubbing the loop. This can serve as a very useful tool when creating new songs and ideas. The system has also had a few user interface tweaks, and built-in USB audio interface performance with Windows computers has also been improved. So at a glance, here's what you get. You get the amps, you get the 2005 Tangerine 30, Channel 1 and Channel 2 is the 2 new amps. Effects, you get the MX Dist, the D1 Dist, the K Drive, the Round Fuzz, the Anxiety ODV2, Acoust Sim, D-Tune, Octaves Up, and added Ambiverb for the delay reverb effects category. So loopers and optimizations, like I said, you get a revised... they revised the looper's feedback control to better support Frippertronic style looping, and multiple DSP optimization and UI improvements. So if you have one of these bad boys, get out there and get your update and enjoy the new toys to play with.
It doesn't cost anything, right?
It costs nothing. Yeah.
Nice. Wow, you get a lot of stuff for that.
Free is good.
You get a lot of good stuff for free. My goodness.
I know. I had one of these, remember?
I know, I do.
And
yeah.
you played with it too.
Yep.
I always was wanting an MXR distortion.
Right.
Or something. You know what I mean? So there was I missed that because we were playing with an MXR distortion. You have an MXR distortion.
The actual pedal.
And we were playing with the actual pedal at one point. And you brought it up here.
Yeah, to get that Randy Rhoads sound.
Yeah, and it would have been cool to have something built in at the time. And I was always like, I always look for that. Like, is there an MXR distortion? Is there a, all that kind of...
Like a Phase 90 and all the essentials you need.
All the essential stuff. And the MXR Distortion Plus, I mean, it's in a lot of stuff, don't get me wrong.
It is, yeah.
That was painfully missing, so I'm glad they brought it out finally.
Yeah,
so it's cool.
Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, I have a little bit of Iron Maiden news.
All right.
And so let me ask you, we all love building puzzles, right? Jigsaw puzzles.
Okay.
Oh, they're just so much. I know Janae
loves it.
She loves it. Yeah, I find it incredible.
But I always have to finish them for her.
Whatever. He steals a piece and hangs on to it until the very end. Let me finish that for you, dear.
I can't. I'm missing a piece.
Where the hell is it?
No, you're not. Dang it. There it is.
I helped. Yes. So, kind of cool Iron Maiden puzzle is there.
Yeah, so we got some Iron Maiden puzzles.
Oh, I got
coming out.
I got to bring this up here.
Yeah, so here's what they have already. So they've already released Iron Maiden. It's all album covers for the most part. So it's Iron Maiden, Killers, Live After Death, Number of the Beast, Power Slave, Somewhere in Time, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. So all their top albums they have out there. So this month, or actually next month, I think in April, I believe, they're coming out with The Trooper, No Prayer for the Dying, Fear of the Dark, The X Factor, Virtual 11, I think it is, and The Book of Souls as 500-piece jigsaw puzzles. Now, The Trooper, if you want to get extra frustrated, The Trooper is also available as a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle.
Those are the kind of puzzles I like.
Yes.
Yeah. 1,000-piece.
The big ones.
Incredibly
So which
complex.
one is that, the Trooper one?
Yeah, the Trooper one is available as a 1,000-piece also.
I'm trying to get to... Iron Maiden Jigsaw Puzzle. So it must be... there's the Iron Troops. I don't think that's it, is it?
I don't know. It's done by I think Rock Saws, I think. Oh no, Z Productions.
Oh, okay.
It's done by Z Productions.
I'm trying to see.
Did you type in Iron Maiden Jigsaw puzzles?
I did.
And it's still that bad?
There's a lot of stuff. It's hard to tell which one are the official ones. Looks like there's other ones.
Well, we can go to Iron Maiden's site. So they have the Live After Death puzzle, Number of the Beast puzzle, Power Slave puzzle, and Somewhere in Time puzzle. So you said there are going to be more coming out?
Yeah. Apparently they previously released Iron Maiden, Killers, Live After Death, Number of the Beast, Power Slave, Somewhere in Time, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son.
So why are we seeing those?
And then The Trooper, No Prayer for the Dying, Fear the Dark. They're not out yet, but they're coming out.
Okay.
I think in April. From Z Productions, so keep an eye out for that. So, but they're so... I love their albums. I mean, Iron Maiden had some.
They have some
best
awesome album covers. Yeah, great art.
That's what I miss about albums.
Yeah,
as the art and stuff. It was a big part of it. Yeah.
That's cool. Very awesome.
Yeah, so pretty cool. So look out for that stuff. If you, it's a real testament to not only Alex Skolnick, but it's a real testament to building up your patience.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, it is.
Play some Iron Maiden while you're putting the puzzle together.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go.
Because I think the Star ones we did, or
the Star Wars,
pretty much the Star Wars ones were 1,000 piece, right? Yeah.
Each one is. Yeah.
Wow.
They're hung up in the poster frames and.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, no problem.
It was hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you did a good job on that, John. I don't know what Janae contributed, but
yeah, I don't know.
I gotta say, he did put little labels together for me for the pandemic period.
I broke out the little label
maker.
Baby. Yeah, wherever that thing is.
It's in on the printer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we could say which ones were done during the pandemic.
Oh,
so
nice.
they'd say 2020 quarantine.
Oh, nice. Okay. So we did have a lot to do with it.
There was some before.
Yeah.
And then during quarantine, I got 2 more finished. But yeah, puzzles have been big for people right now.
So you couldn't have done it without John then, basically.
No,
is what
absolutely
you're saying.
not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
I like it. We'll go with that.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
All right. So Luna Stone, who's a pedal maker, and they are in Denmark, a Danish company. So they intend to deliver some crushing tones with this new deep
crushing tone.
Yeah, with its new deep metal pedal. So it's one for the metalheads, as it says. So the Luna Stone describes its new deep metal pedal as offering a scoop distortion tailored specifically for providing powerful and classic metal tones. And if that takes you, there's a demo video that was posted on this story as well. Pedal itself is super simple control layout, which consists of a volume, tone, and gain, plus a big red on light and true bypass. So that's pretty cool. You don't have much to dial in there, really. The pedal's layout is designed to make it easier to adjust the control with the controls with your foot, and you have easy access to both the volume and gain controls when playing. So if you need more, it's just a quick tweak with your foot away. How the heck are you supposed to do it with your foot? Oh, I guess you could do it on the side of your foot or something and just kind of...
Yes, I don't know.
Get some talented toes.
Sound effects. Yeah, I don't know. You barefoot on stage, I guess.
Some people do.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And how do you stomp on it then?
So the pedal
With
uses
your heel.
I guess.
The pedal uses soft switching with a relay, and as mentioned above, it is true bypass. The circuit itself is all analog and uses high quality components throughout. Let's see. The company has built a reputation for designing overdrive, so this more extreme gain circuit is potentially new territory. So you can hear it in action on their website or whatever. But I did go. It says that there is a limited production right now of like 100 units or something like that, or 10 or something. I forget.
There wasn't a lot. Yeah,
not a lot. But you can go to their website. It says to check out these pedals, so I did that. And it's all in English when you go to their website, and then when you click on buy now, it's all in Danish and it's in their currency, but basically it equates to about I think $150, $160 in the US. And
they use euros, I think, right?
No,
they don't.
Kroners.
Oh, really?
Kronas.
Coronas. Yeah.
Coronas.
KR.
So
Coronas.
So I have
Not
one
Corona.
in my...
Okay.
So I have one in my cart, and when I go to try to check out, it doesn't even give me the option for...
Conversion.
Yeah, for not even for
Shipping.
Conversion, but even for shipping to the United States. So I'm not sure they ship outside of Denmark.
So you have to fly there to...
So,
buy
yeah.
one.
Try
I'm not
Amazon,
sure.
maybe they have them.
No,
They don't?
no.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how you get one. I guess that you could email them.
Ask a friend that lives there.
And say, hey, I live in the States. How do I get one of these things?
Or ask Lars Ulrich. We can get
Yeah.
one for you.
They do have distributors here in the States, too. So if you go to... but I went there, and it didn't show anything for them. But I think American Music Supply and Z-Sounds has those... are Luna Stone distributors in the U.S., but they don't seem to have this pedal at all. So I guess maybe if you reach out to them and say, hey, I want one of these pedals,
special order for
they
you.
could probably order it, yeah.
Or we could just do a road trip next weekend.
Yeah, let's
Jump
go.
in the car and hit
Yeah.
every music store till we find one.
I don't think we'll
Good
get
luck.
there. Yeah. So anyway, there you go. So it does sound cool, though. So if you guys have a chance to check out, it's called the Luna Stone Deep Metal Distortion, so check it out.
Nice.
All right.
Very good. All right. Well, I have a little Geezer Butler news.
All right.
Yeah.
Geezer, huh?
Old Geezer from Black Sabbath, of course, bass player and principal lyricist for Black Sabbath. And he says, why now is the right time for me to write a memoir? So he is writing his memoir.
All right.
He said he started out when his parents died. He always wished he asked them a lot more things, about their lives and growing up and all that kind of stuff. But he said they were just always kind of there, so he never really had to ask him anything.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. You don't really think of that stuff.
Right.
So anyway, he's doing the book will be about growing up in Aston, Birmingham, which is if you know anything about England, that's kind of like the Brownsville, Brooklyn of England. I mean, it's an absolute hole, Yeah. But that's where I think all four of the guys grew up. I think there.
Yeah.
Around that area. Ozzy Osbourne's from Aston. Bill Ward, Geezer Butler. I think the only one that wasn't was Tony Iommi. Well, he was from Birmingham also, but not the Aston part. Aston was like the worst part of it. So anyway.
In the gutters.
The gutters. So he's so it's all going to be about not only his life and growing up and things, but also his career and career highlights, all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be his entire life up to this point. So so look out for that. That should be it doesn't really have a date on that. Yeah, nothing yet. So no date on it yet, but he's working on it. So I'm thinking maybe end of the year, early next year possibly.
Okay.
So yeah, so look out for that. So pretty cool.
Awesome. Learn more about the keys.
Yeah, I love that stuff. I've read so many books on these guys.
Yeah.
And
That's
the
why you got
stories.
so much knowledge of.
Yeah.
So ask Dave.
So let me ask you something though, because you've read a lot of this stuff and you know a lot about these guys' past and what all that. Are a lot of the stories very similar as far as experiences these guys went through, or are they? Or is it kind of unique to you?
They're all kind of unique, because I read, but probably the best three examples I can come up with. Black Sabbath is one very unique situation. Yeah. Also, Van Halen and Motley Crue.
Yeah.
So I read a book on Vince Neil in particular. I read, of course, The Dirt and all that kind of stuff on Motley Crue itself, but But Vince Neil was interesting. He grew up in Compton, California. If you know anything about Los Angeles, Compton is a...
Drove through there. We were like, quick, turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting story when he was a kid, because when he moved in there, it was all basically white people for the most part. And then when other groups started moving in and gangs started moving in, that's when his family decided to move out, because he was on the way home from school one day and he was wrestled down to the ground and they slit his throat and left him there to die.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know that. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
So his family found him on the street, almost dead. And, of course, he recovered, of course. But they moved out of there right after that.
Wow.
So Compton.
Yeah, Compton is not
crazy.
Not
so
what
lots of different experiences.
And of course, Van Halen, they played music on the way over from
Oh yeah, that's
from
right.
Europe, to the United States. They played piano there as their ticket to get across the Atlantic.
Yeah,
so they had a very unique experience. Plus, they couldn't speak the language, and they came here, and it's very. They had a rough time, and so they were all unique in a lot of ways. But I think the underlying theme is that nobody had a whole lot of money, and this was their only way out.
Yeah. Very
athletes.
rarely do we hear of these guys, especially like in those heavy metal, hair metal kind of days.
Yeah, the early days.
Nobody came into it with money.
No.
For the most part, the poor kids. That really, got into music. It's very similar to a lot of like sports books that I read.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar story.
Yeah,
all the poor kids. It's their only way out of sports.
Mm-hmm.
Same with these guys.
And they go all in.
And that's do or die. That's the underlying theme for a lot of these.
That's why we're not popular.
That's right.
Players or anything.
Yeah.
We weren't poor enough.
We weren't poor enough. That's what it
was. Damn it. Why couldn't my father just not have a good job? All right. Anyway, Dad, you did a good job. So,
yeah. Thank God. Who knows where we'd be today?
Yeah. All right. Well,
maybe playing a big stage. No.
Yeah. There you go.
Jeez. Thanks a lot, Dad.
That would have been cool.
No.
We're in a big prison. One or the other.
Someday, maybe.
Probably the prison, probably.
Yeah, probably the prison. Oh, we could be playing something for the prison. Or the skin flute, I guess.
Okay, now we're rated R.
No, nobody knows what that means.
Yeah. Really?
Do. I don't know. Kids
a
these
lot
days don't know what
a lot do, but...
All right, anyway, let's move on.
Okay.
All right, so Line 6 issues a second safety warning for their Relay G10 wireless system. So Line 6 has sent out an urgent safety notice to users of the Relay G10 wireless system, warning of potential fire issues. Now, they did this last year, so this is the second time in 12 months that the company has had to warn its customers. So what the warning is, if you own a Line 6 Relay G10 system, without a doubt, you need to pay close attention. Line 6 today issued an urgent alert to G10 users regarding the potential fire hazard. If you bought a Relay G10, G10S, or Relay G10T prior to March 2020, then your wireless gear may be one of the systems affected. It appears that the unit is prone to overheating during the charging process, could cause fire. Line 6 advice is to install a firmware update. So I did install a firmware update back when this first came out last year. Undoubtedly, this is troubling news for Line 6 wireless customers, and one that we found especially disconcerting. If you see a year ago, almost to the day, Line 6 issued a recall due to the same issue. The advice then was to bin the USB charging cable, get another one, and install updated firmware. So the obvious question that this article has, and I kind of have too, is why haven't they solved this yet? Maybe it's just another warning of the same kind of deal. But even if you go to Line 6's webpage throughout the last year, it pops up with a warning about this. So it's not like they have not continued to warn people about it. Anyway, it's important that we're fair as possible to Line 6. They're doing the responsible thing and alerting everybody about this potential issue. Yeah.
You still use that, don't you?
I do. So here's the thing, though. When you update it, when I updated, I don't actually. I haven't used it. It's plugged in.
Okay.
And it's sitting there charging, and it's not hot. But I did install the firmware update. The reason I don't use it anymore is because the battery dies extremely quickly now, and it doesn't seem like the range is nearly as good as it used to be. I think that's because of the firmware update. And after reading this article, I think I understand why. So they're saying equally we should be fair in reporting users' troubles with the relay system post-firmware update. When we reported this issue last year, many of you told us the firmware update crippled your wireless systems. You told us that the battery life was dramatically reduced, which mine is. And we even had reports of systems failing to work altogether. So every once in a while, mine will cut out if I get too far. And it's not that far in this little room. It's not a huge area. But yeah, it still had issues, and it would die a battery pretty quick. So so it stays on the charge. It's not even plugged in. It's just plugged into charge, and I don't even know why I'm doing that. But I use a cable now. Old school. Yeah,
you get
it
the
is
best
nice
having
having
a cable usually.
Yeah, it is nice having the wireless.
Yeah,
but Yeah, I'm fine with the cable. So,
Yeah.
There we go.
Cool. Good news to know.
Yeah, so everybody, if you have one, go check at your firmware update or just trash the thing and get something else.
Yeah, basically. That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line.
If you want to play more than 10 minutes,
if you update the firmware, you're probably gimping your system that you spent $150, $200 on.
Contact the company before you trash it.
Or contact the company, and maybe they can issue you a new one. I doubt it, though. But there you go.
I think you'd have the same issue anyway, though, with a new one.
But I bought mine refurbished.
Yeah.
It was?
It was only like $60 or something like that, or $70. So I didn't spend full dollar on it anyway, but it sucks.
Yeah. All right, well, I got one more little piece of news here.
Okay.
How many out there remember Headbangers Ball on MTV?
Yeah. I do.
Was that the best show ever?
It was
Isn't
awesome.
that Adam something?
Dee Snider was hosting it sometimes, right?
Yeah, well, actually, in the very beginning, it was Dee Snider.
Yeah.
After that, they got some nightclub owner by the name of Ricky Rackman.
Ricky Rackman.
He was on there forever.
Yeah.
For like a decade or so, it was Ricky Rackman. Well, anyway, of course, that show went away years ago.
Yeah.
Thanks, MTV.
Thanks, MTV.
Well, MTV doesn't play music videos.
No.
It's a reality channel now.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's something called Gimme Metal TV.
What?
I've never heard of this.
What?
I think it's a streaming service called Gimme Metal TV.
Uh-oh.
They're bringing back Headbangers Ball host Ricky Rackman.
Nah.
And his new show is going to be called The Ball. And it's going to be all metal. And playing heavy metal videos, things like Megadeth, Metallica, Power Trip, all kinds of relevant bands today. And it's going to pretty much try to pick up where he left off back in the day.
Wow.
So, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, for fans like us, that really love this stuff. So the CEO of the company, Tyler Lanane, I think his name is, he said, just like my 13-year-old self, a whole generation of fans got their first exposure to metal from MTV's Headbangers Ball. Yep. From the first note of the show's theme song, Stormtroopers of Death, which I didn't know that. Yeah. You can be sure Ricky Bachman would play something that you've never heard before. We're genuinely excited to bring the ball to the Gimme Metal audience of metalheads.
Wow.
So it's going to premiere on Gimme Metal TV on March 27th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. And the event is free. So to watch, download the Gimme Metal app for free. So there's an app. And be sure to catch up with Rockman in the live chat. Wow. So Gimme Metal TV runs 24/7, giving you unlimited music videos, interviews, live performances, and other amazing clips and shows from Metal Injection, as well as your favorite metal bands and artists. And it will, with Apple AirPlay and Google Chromecast features, you can cast it right to your TV or laptop.
Sweet.
So there you go. So look out for that. On the 27th, Ricky Rackman is back, baby.
That's awesome.
I know. I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Cool.
Hopefully they can revive heavy metal again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you can download the app now, apparently.
Yeah.
Try it now for free.
And how much is it after that?
I have no idea. Let me see. Doesn't really say.
Doesn't say. I know. I try to find it.
Wow.
Ooh.
Metal.
That was metal.
Heavy metal.
Like what you hear, give us your phone number, and we'll text you a link to download the Android or mobile app. Okay.
Do it right through the end. Let me see if it's on the Android.
Me a link.
The Play Store. Let's see.
Your text is on its way. Let me see. We're doing this live.
Gimme Metal. We're doing it live. Oh yeah, it's on there. I see it.
Google Play Store.
Yep, Google Play.
Oh, so I didn't have to do all this?
No.
Well, you can do that anyway. If you go to gimmemetal.com.
Doesn't say there's any cost for it. It says there's in-app purchases.
Says this what yours looks like too?
Exactly. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, it says in-app purchases, but I don't know what that means.
Log in, sign up, try a limited sample.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. But I know the show, I think, is going to be free.
Yeah.
For everybody that's got the app. So you can listen to Ricky Rackman for free. But I think everything else.
When you sign up. Oh, you're just creating an account. I agree. Okay. So I'm just going to read what their little agreement thing you have to do when you create your account.
Yeah.
I agree to get kick-ass updates, offers, and other valuable information from Gimme Radio.
Nice.
There you go. So we won't bore you guys with me going through that right now. But I am going to sign up and see what it's all about.
Yeah, just for Ricky.
Why not? Yeah,
so we can
see
listen
how it
to
goes.
Little Ricky next week.
Very nice, Dave.
Yeah,
good one.
Pretty cool.
Good find.
Yeah. Very good find. Okay, so I got two more. Was that your last one? Mm-hmm. Janae, do you have any?
I do.
You do? All right, let me do one, then you do one, and I got my last one. Okay, so I wanted to talk about Steinberg Intro's WaveLab Cast for podcasting and social media content creation.
And so Janae, was that your story?
No.
Okay, good.
No,
Okay,
it
good.
was not.
All right. So Steinberg, famous for their dolls and things like that. They have some pretty awesome stuff. So this WaveLab Cast is specifically just for podcasters and social media stuff. So what is it? It's a stripped-down version of Steinberg's long-running WaveLab audio editing software. Its feature set has been optimized for podcasting and social media post-production. The user interface is designed to provide an intuitive and fast workflow for editing, mixing, and finalizing your speech recordings, field recordings, and background tracks. While it lacks some of the features of the full version of WaveLab, the new WaveLab Cast is a simple and quick solution for creating podcasts and social media audio and video content. So it's pretty cool. It simplifies the whole process down to, just the essentials that you need to get your job done. So beginners can go in here and not need too much hand holding. The inspector channel strip, which I looked at, lets you add effects like EQ, voice exciter, and compressor. You can also stream live or upload your content directly to a variety of podcast directories and platforms, including Spreaker, our own, who we use, Podbean, and SoundCloud. All in all, so it goes directly to there, so you don't have to do a whole lot of work or anything.
Nice.
So that's really convenient. All in all, Steinberg WaveLab Cast looks like a great solution for podcasters, content creators who don't need the complex editing capabilities of the full version of WaveLab. So it's at an affordable price. It has all the essential features you need, has all the sound effects, background music, everything you need to do for direct publishing and all that. So it's available now for $69.99 euros, which is, what's euros to dollars today? It is $83.31, or it's probably $70 in the US too, I would guess. So usually they make it like the same price.
Yeah. Nice. That's cheap.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
And if you already have WaveLab LE 7 through 10 versions, you can get an upgrade for only $20. Until March 31st, 2021, Steinberg is offering a 20% discount. So
hurry up and get it now.
So if we go to Steinberg's website, just to verify, because right now it's the 21st, so you got 10 days to go ahead and check this out. Yeah, I guess we're going to do that. Let's see. More products, WaveLab Cast. And, yeah, it's $70.
Oh, it's $70
for the full version. There you go.
Nice.
And, yeah. So for existing customers, yep, it's $19.99
For the upgrade.
For the upgrade for existing customers. So I don't think I have a license for WaveLab at all. Who knows? Yeah, there you go. So
wow, that's a good
awesome deal. Yeah. So go out there and get it if you're doing podcasting or you need to edit stuff and, all that. You need a basic interface to do that with. This is a fantastic option, it looks like. So
videos for Facebook, whatever it is you do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great. Voiceovers, if you have some video you want to do voiceover work, be great for that. So
yeah, voiceover work.
Exactly. Just like
you should
that.
put in an application for somewhere, Dave, where you can just do the voiceover stuff for people.
I know. You could probably make some money with
I do WaveLab Cast.
Yeah. You could probably do that. So anybody who's listening that wants to give Dave a job doing voiceover stuff.
I know. I'm tired of living under the bridge. So please hire me someday.
Who was that guy? Is he still around? I don't know. So if somebody discovered Dave, for God's sakes, get him out of the studio.
Get me out of the basement.
Yeah, into another basement.
Hey, we like it in this basement.
Actually, we could do it right here.
Yeah.
And Dave can do his voiceover work. Yeah. We have all the editing, so we could send it right into whatever if he's doing like a Quaker oatmeal commercial voiceover or
avocados from Mexico.
Avocados from Mexico.
Avocados from Mexico. That doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I don't know, maybe somebody.
But I could do like rated R. Or something like that. Yeah.
You could work for Universal Studios. Or just that guy, whoever the guy is that does every one of those things.
Yeah.
Anyway. Cool.
You could be his backup.
Oh, Janae, you had some news?
I did have something.
Yeah, okay.
While you guys were doing all your stuff, I went to this site and I entered to win.
What are we going to win?
A PRS SE P20E parlor guitar.
Nice.
Paul Reed Smith.
Awesome.
From acousticguitar.com.
Nice.
They just opened it up 2 days ago. Not wearing my glasses. So, but it comes with a gig bag too. It's the PRS Hybrid X classical bracing, which allows the top to freely vibrate. The SE P20E projects with even, bold tone. Its smaller size makes playing for hours fun and comfortable and allows for more convenient transport. And it includes a gig bag.
Okay, nice. What's the whole guitar again? The PRS?
It is PRS SE P20E parlor guitar. MSRP $579.
It's an acoustic electric, huh?
I guess. It just looked really cool. So, and I do not know how to play guitar, so I guess this would be a gift.
Oh, that's a nice looking guitar. It's an acoustic.
Yeah, it's an acoustic.
Well, that's not the picture they have.
It's an acoustic
electric. This one.
Oh, well, I think it's the same thing. It's
just
a
different color. Okay.
White pick plate thing on there.
Yeah.
How'd you find that? Just go to stufficanwin.com or something?
I like to enter contests.
Do you?
I do. So anything that says you could win, I'm like, blink, go there. As long as I don't have to give you a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
You know, because I did have an acoustic guitar at one point that was autographed by Matchbox 20, and it got stolen.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow, really?
It was autographed to me. Imagine that.
Dude, that's a nice looking guitar. I like that. Well, I hope you win it.
Hope I win.
So I can teach you how to play it.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe you get a signed guitar from Izzy Stradlin.
Nah, I'd rather have that one.
But then you could sell that for like $50,100.
I'll have this one signed by John and Dave Lynn.
Nice.
But you want it to be worth something, right? That'll just decrease the value of that.
You can sign it guitars and gear.
Just give Vince a call. I'm sure he'd love to sign it
absolutely.
for you.
Absolutely. Good old Vince Neil.
Good old Vince Neil loves signing
Always
Janae's
ready
body parts.
Bringing that one back,
Vince,
are you?
you missed out, buddy.
Yeah.
I got her. You're kicking yourself for that. All right, so not to be... let's keep on the guitar kick. I got my last story here. So Gibson reissues the twin mini humbucker Les Paul 70s Deluxe. So the mini humbuckers are back, baby. Yeah, that's kind of bad. So those Gibson Les Paul Deluxe 70 models we saw leaked last month have started appearing on dealer websites. They come with a pair of mini humbuckers and look very rock and roll. But how close are these to the original 70s models? So anyway, a new Les Paul 70s Deluxe model complete with twin mini humbuckers, either in a cherry sunburst or gold top finish. Gold top finish looks really cool.
I like that too.
I really like that. They certainly look very close to the original 70s boat anchors. Let's see. How heavy? The specifications list a non-weight relieved mahogany body with a bound maple top, a bound mahogany neck with a rounded C profile, and an Indian rosewood fretboard with 22 medium jumbo frets. All very Les Paul. Not to mention, no mention of the pancake bodies, though, and obviously no maple neck with a volute, which some of the later 70s models had as standard. You also get some subtle upgrades like an orange drop capacitors and a Graph Tech new bone nut, which the originals would not have had, plus the standard vintage Keystone tuners and Tune-O-Matic bridge with a stop bar tailpiece. So basically everything you get in kind of all that stuff. So let's see. It's it looks just like the Les Pauls from before. From the looks of things, these models versions seem to be more inspired by than by actual reissues. Hopefully, this also means that the quality control is more consistent, as back in the 70s, Gibson had a bit of a reputation for churning out some very suspect guitars with quality control issues. So would you spend $2,000 on a 70s reissue? So you could probably literally buy the original 70s guitar that this is based on for almost the same price that they're asking of $2,200. So it may not be that great unless you want some of those little modern nuances added to it already. Then it might be a deal for you, but
or just a new one,
Yeah, or just you want something new. So don't know. But I don't know if we've heard that, there's a video on it that you guys can... Oh, that's the 2021 and versus the original, maybe. So there are some videos out there you guys can check out to see if it's actually good or bad or whatever. So, all right. So that's...
Hang on. I was waiting for you to pull this up.
Oh.
They announced that NAMM will be happening in July.
Ooh, so summer
in
NAMM.
person.
Very
Dates
nice.
for the convention to take place per usual in Nashville are scheduled for July 15th through the 17th, and they're working with the city of Nashville and the WHO and CDC on a detailed plan to make sure that it's safe.
Excellent.
So they just announced that 1 day ago.
1 day ago. Okay,
I figured
great.
you'd be all over that.
I didn't even hear that. No.
Wow.
So good deal. All right. So Summer NAMM taking place this year.
Nashville.
Sounds like a road trip.
See,
Sounds
you
like
guys
maybe
can
a
meet
road
halfway.
trip.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
That is a really good
Yeah.
idea.
Well, we had to get tickets so we can use our Guitars and Gear podcasts.
Yeah.
Because you do have to kind of be a company to go to NAMM.
Yeah.
Usually.
Okay.
So maybe we can get in there.
We do like some live stuff in there.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
we can use our
we can
Take your little
software.
portable stuff.
We could use our Roadcast, take it with us with the battery power and all that stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
Take some video.
Yeah.
Edit it.
With
our editing software.
Yeah, so we could be roaming the halls of Summer NAMM. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Or we'll probably just be sitting here talking about it. So
most
likely that's probably how it's going
to work out.
But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But anyway, if that's
okay, that's it. That was the last one.
Twice. Anybody got thoughts? Nope. Okay. So that wraps up our podcast for today.
And the news.
Oh.
And that was the news.
You've been waiting for that.
I've been waiting for that.
Yeah, sorry.
I was like, oh, wow, we can't go yet.
Sorry.
Got to do my thing.
You guys got to keep me in line.
Got to advertise your voice, man.
Right.
That's right.
That's right. So with that, that wraps up the episode for today. So I'd like to thank you all for listening once again. We all do, actually. And again, you can reach us at guitarsandgear19@gmail.com. Steve, let us know when you want that interview, bud. We're here.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
And anybody else who has any questions, comments, concerns, or if you want to tell us what your favorite guitar solo of the last 50 years was, let us know. Because we're going to tell you ours.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those 5.
We're going to ram it right down your throat anyway.
Yeah, whether you like it or not, we're going to tell you. So you're probably not going to like it. But we don't care.
It's about us.
Everybody's got an opinion.
It's about us.
Opinions are like, you know what?
Yeah.
Everybody has one. So
Steve Vai's got one. We know that.
I
Not
know.
necessarily.
He's a butter guy.
He may have a butt.
Button butter. Button butter.
You said butt.
All right, so you can.
Okay.
So if you
said
yeah. So if you like to directly support us in any which way, shape, or form, you can do so at guitarsandgear.podbean.com.
Podbean.
Bean, like a pod bean. Not a bean pod, but a pod bean.
That's right.
And you can also do so at patreon.com/guitarsandgear. So you can check out all the details there.
I'm glad you say that because I would have said guitar sand gear is what it looks like, all run together.
Guitar sand gear, guitars and gear.
Right.
Word
Is that
and
bad?
No, that's good.
Oh, okay.
No, that's how it has to be, but it's just that's how I would view that as 3 separate words. I just want to put that out there.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Well, 3 separate other words.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm okay. I really am.
Is there any more thoughts on that?
No, I'm going to keep quiet.
Good on that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So what Dave said.
Yeah.
Whatever makes any sense to anybody.
So obviously the word "and" is spelled out.
It is spelled out.
Move your watch, man.
Sorry,
you're blinding me. Sorry.
So guitar. I didn't even try that. That's pretty good.
I know, man. That's intense.
That's your SOS lighter.
Take out somebody's retinas at the mall or something.
Yeah. So, it's spelled out Guitars and Gear 19, just 19 at gmail.com. Guitarsandgear.podbean.com and patreon.com/guitarsandgear. Boom. All that's done. So thanks again for listening. Yeah. I'll keep rambling unless we just go. So
have a great week.
Next week, the #1 guitar solo, more news, more everything. Don't miss it.
That's right. It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be even better than this one.
This week.
I know. If you can imagine the greatest day of your life, this is going to top that next week.
It will.
It's going to do it.
We're out.
We're out. Guitars and Gear out.